Hey everyone on YouTube, I'm going to apologise for however incoherent this video log may be or may sound. I know I've put 2 videos out on this channel so far and both of them are written. I've written more stuff, but this is just off the top of my head. This is something I had to get out in a video log, otherwise I don't think I'd be able to take it off my mind when I was recording other videos in the future. This is something that caught me off guard 2 days ago, and I don't know, it's one of those things that just keeps going around in your head. When I first came into university, well, I'm not at university anymore. When I first came to university, my first semester, I was in a film group with this guy that I became quite good friends with, and a really nice guy, like one of the nicest guys you could ever meet, to be honest. And it's one of those things where you don't hang out with him an awful lot, but you like him an awful lot. And like during last year, if anybody knows me personally, you know that I have just gotten over quite a serious bout of agoraphobia, and I haven't seen him a lot. I started reconnecting with him about 2 weeks ago, and a few days ago, he was ill. He got taken ill, just with a stomach bug. You know, we were all laughing and stuff, you know, he was being sick and all that sort of stuff, and literally 2 days ago he died. In the course of 3.5 days, he literally just got ill and died. And this guy was 19. It's one of those things that just scares the crap out of you. I'm trying out, there's no way of wording it less, as, you know, you can't word it any less dramatic than this. You try to sort of, well, it is dramatic, you know, but it's just going round and round in my head, you know. I mean, with all my nerves and things like that, I get a funny heart sometimes, and you know, I've been thinking about seeing a doctor, but I thought, nah, never mind, you know. But this guy, ill in 3 days, 3.5 days, and dead on the half of the 4th day. That's just so quick, you know. You got to think, even if a doctor had gotten to him, he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have been. The doctor wouldn't have been able to help, you know, unless he had some magic trick to pull out of his bag. And you know, it just makes you think, and it scared me to the core. And the funny thing is, I think the older generations aren't as scared, you know, when they hear about this sort of stuff. It might be, I don't know. I don't know about that sort of thing, but like, I think it's the nearer, you know, nearer his age. I'm 22. This guy was 19. You can't help but think about your own mortality in these sorts of things. I know that's selfish to think about myself when somebody else has passed on. But there's also that logic that when somebody passes on, it's not your problem, it's theirs. That's a funny, somebody told me that quite a while ago. When somebody passes on, it's not their problem, it's not your problem, it's theirs. And that's always been a really interesting thing of mine when I think about it. Like, you know, a lot of people use people that they vaguely know who have died as a weapon. They use it as a weapon of sensitivity, and that sort of thing makes you think. It's given me this paranoia as well, because this chap, he had 2 friends, and both I value just as much as him, and I really want to look out for them right now. Yeah, because of course they need someone at this point, but I don't want it to seem like, you know, because of my agoraphobia, I've barely seen them. I don't want it to seem like I've just appeared just because of that, you know. It's not a nice, you know, it's not nice sort of. It looks like a sort of just do good deed, which is not the intention. The intention was I was trying to reconnect with these people, and now I'm sort of paranoid that whatever I do looks like a different intention. I don't know. At the end of it all, these are back burner worries. I've lost this guy, and he was a really good guy. Like, it was one of those things. Yesterday, when I first heard about it, the whole day I was thinking, I was sad about it, but at the same time I was thinking, well, I didn't know him that well. And that is literally just I'm literally, as I'm thinking about, I'm going through all the different stages, all the different sort of guilt and acceptance and anger and all that sort of thing. But I don't care what anyone says, you don't go through them one step at a time. You go back and forth constantly, and the more I'm going back and forth, just now, about half an hour ago, it hit me really hard that, I still find it hard to talk about this guy in past tense. He's 19. That's like, when you're growing up, I always say from like 14 to 18, you evolve, as it were, as a person. I mean, let's face it, throughout life, you never stop evolving. You keep on growing as a person. But sort of 14 to 18, you form sort of the basis of who you are. And then 19 to 21, I think are like the final touches. The final, sometimes it's bigger, sometimes it's smaller, but it's this final evolution of personality that sets the template for who you're going to be for the rest of your life. And he didn't make that, And it was quite nice that nobody's lying about him after he's gone. It's a funny thing to say. On our university course, he made a lot of mistakes, and he did quite a few things wrong, and it annoyed us, but we sort of loved him at the same time. I think when it comes to something like a filmmaking course, you all have to work in groups, and so your opinion of someone gets split in half. There's professionally liking someone, and then personally liking someone. So like professionally, he was quite annoying, but personally he was just an absolute delight to know, and that's how we all knew him, really. At the end of the day, you can go through all the professional stuff, but then when that's all over, and after work and things like that, you just meet up and have a laugh, and that's the important side of someone. But at the same time, like I said, the transition from 19 to 21, you don't know what could have happened. People get their act together. And this guy was like a film fanatic, film nut. He knew so many films, and so and I know that there's that logic. I must be musical. I have hundreds of CDs, but I believe if that sort of logic is honed, you can really amount to something, and he's not going to get it. I mean, the last thing he did, he submitted a piece of script as a piece of work to the university course, and of course a load of the students want to get together and make this script, in his memory, which I think is a really nice thing to do. And because I write scripts, I want to write my own script. I think it might be a little bit creepy. I wanted to write a script about what he would be like when he was 80. And that he was, just this renowned household name of a filmmaker. Sort of guy that has mementos of all of his films all over his house. Not because he's egotistical, but just because he's proud. And I think I'm going to do that. But right now I literally just had to get this out. So if you stuck around, thanks for sticking around, and I don't blame anyone who didn't stick around to watch this video, because it's a bit slow paced. Anyway, this has been Mega the Jester. See you guys later. Bye.